tonight. Woohoo! Man. Anyway, I'll tell you guys the story. So this one dinner house that I work at has a bit of a history to it. And I can't totally remember the story. Somebody told me a little bit about it. Gosh, I don't know. Like, I don't know, 5 or 8 years ago. And the restaurant closed. It was closed for a long time. And then I guess somebody had rented it, another restaurant. Did not last long. And then another restaurant went through there and did not last long. I think that last one went 2 weeks or a month. And I knew 3 or 4 people that had said they had worked there. And these are on separate occasions, okay? And they were telling me the stories of how the place is like severely haunted. Like somebody said the bar, they were standing at the bar one night and all of a sudden a drink like traveled across the room right in front of their eyes. And they just said it was so badly haunted that nobody wanted to, stay in business there. So it sat vacant for a while, and then all of a sudden someone else has got it. And it's the new people that now, the husband and wife that have it, and they're the neatest people in the world. And so one of the first nights I worked over there, I was doing food prep for meals. I'm taking the meat from the chef, preparing the plate and the sides, and then putting it up in the window. And then the owner inspects the food before it ever hits that table. That plate has to be immaculately clean. It has to be organized a certain way. She's real particular. And so, God, here's another drunk here. Probably playing on the phone. Nope, they're drunk. They're over the road. So anyway, I just had one that pulled right in front of me out of their lane that was so damn drunk. And then they drove back into their lane. But anyway, so now there's make up your mind because I got to get over to the side and you were drunk. I really didn't want to be near you. Hello, hello. I see somebody there. Thank you for the thumbs up. So anyway, the first night I worked there was prepping this plate. We have 2 chefs, and I had just got, the main course on the plate. And all of a sudden I heard this noise, and I was watching, the one chef, and all this cast iron starts flying right down onto the grill. And the chef, he didn't understand what was going on, and I saw it happen. It was so wild. It was like somebody reached up there and pulled each one down. Bam, bam, bam. Okay? And they were stacked up there. And I'm used to ghosts. I've been in a couple seriously haunted houses. I owned one that was very, 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 very haunted. And so, and I ended up good with it because, I sorted all those jokers out. It was kind of comical, check out the house and it was really bad haunted. But anyway, so I'm used to them. You just have to be open to them. They just have unfinished business. Once they get everything sorted out, then they'll move on, but they're unsettled for a reason. So anyway, and it's true stuff. I don't care how religious you are. If you look in the Bible, the body is merely a vessel. The spirit moves on. That sometimes they get caught before they finish their journey to heaven or whatever, because there's things that they're worried about, and they want to make sure everything is done, sorted before they go, or they'll just keep on existing. So once you get their problem solved, then they're okay. They'll move on in peace. But anyway, so uh, the chef was like, he couldn't believe it. He's like, man. And I laughed. And I said, it's a ghost. And he goes, yeah, sure. I said, no, I'm really serious. I said, there is a ghost here. It's been here for several years. And I can't remember the exact story about it. I think it's a guy, if I remember correctly. It feels like a guy. For sure. But anyway, so we were standing outside the first or second night I worked over there. Myself, one of the chefs, and the restaurant manager. And we were talk for a couple hours, having a blast, laughing. And I was like, oh my gosh, I mean, I didn't realize the time, and I really needed this drunk sucker boy. You just saw him speed up on me a minute ago, like he was doing something important. And now he's dragging his butt again. I don't like to be around the drunk drivers because I'll fall asleep or whatever. It's really dangerous, and I try to get away from it. But anyway, so we were talking out there right next to the kitchen. We'd already closed and everything again, so we were probably 12 foot from that very same spot over that stove. Two chefs, two stoves. So that same stove, and all of it went boom, 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 like cast iron again. And I looked at him, I said, it's the ghost, and laughed, and they went, no. I said, it's a ghost. Well, I was just told tonight that when they went back into the restaurant the next day, that all that cast iron was flown off that shelf onto that grill when they opened. There's nothing wrong with the shelf. I can't see what it says. I'm driving. But anyway, so the manager said, it's funny you say that because, I'm not really into ghosts or anything. He said, but I was in the kitchen by myself. And I can't remember if he said it was day or night or something, but he was in there doing some work. And so by himself. And all of a sudden, a door near him in the kitchen opens by itself and then closes. And I said, that's the ghost. He said, come on. I said, I'm telling you, this sucker's so bad haunted, that two other businesses couldn't be in there. They had to leave. And the one, I don't think it lasted 4 weeks. And it's like, really? And I'm like, yeah. I said, I actually know people about that place that worked in those businesses after it closed down, the first time. So I imagine it was the owner, and it was a man, and he hangs around there because there's something he doesn't like, or something the way they do. There's something that really bothers him. And so that's why he stays. So this chef tonight told me, he said, I wonder if he doesn't like me. I said, I don't think so. I said, there's something that agitates him. Because now this place is immaculate clean. You will never, ever eat in a restaurant so clean in your life. I am not kidding you a bit. That thing is just immaculate. That kitchen is so sterile. I mean, you could do surgery in there. That sucker's immaculate. The floors, there's no dust, there's no food in the floor, there's no trash, the floors are clean, the mats are cleaned every day. They tear the kitchen down every night, and then they do a massive cleanup on Sunday again, and empty everything off the counters and every machine, and tear it all apart and clean it again. Other than the normal cleanup we do every night, it's hard to believe how clean that place is. And the walk-in cooler looks like they just moved all the stuff in 2 hours ago. I mean, it's just immaculate. It's hard to believe. I mean, it doesn't smell like any food preparation at all. Nothing. Just so clean. But yeah, it's like majorly haunted. It's so funny. And then something happened tonight. They were telling me before I got over there. I dropped by there for a little bit to help them out after I got off work. So I've done like a 12-hour day. Man, I was only going to stay, like till 8, but I wasn't paying attention. I was trying to help the girls on the floor and do my stuff, pulling down the tables, because they don't understand about getting the dirty dishes off those tables. Don't ever let a customer sit over dirty dishes. People like to sit and talk and chat. All that stuff needs to be picked up off that table. It's like as soon as they finish their salads, you ask for permission to remove the plate or whatever and get it out of their way. That's number one in serving food as a waitress, is get the trash off the table. And it's during and after they finish their food, because people like to sit and chat. And that's how you end up serving, after dinner drinks and desserts and stuff, if you keep that table clean. If it's covered with garbage, they just really don't want to order anything else. So, and it's all in the tips, man. It's all in the tips. But I learned that from one of the meanest waitresses on the face of this earth when I was real young. And this girl taught me stuff that I've made so much money doing exactly as she taught me, even though she was a witch from hell. But she really knew her stuff. And that was in fine dining when I worked at Conklin's in Rennie Del Rey, California. I thank God for that girl. I was a minor, I had fake ID. I was working in food and beverage. And that girl taught me big money stuff. It was just hard to believe. I've used it all my life in food and beverage. I quit it years ago because I quit drinking. And I just couldn't tolerate the damn drunks. And so I kind of got away from food and beverage for that reason. Because I just couldn't stand it. Just didn't have the patience for it. Matter of fact, I walked away from it when my baby girl Cece was born. I finished with that. Done. The end. Grand opened my restaurant and left California. So, but yeah, that place is messed up on it. It's so funny. I just laugh. But I do need to find somebody that knows the history of that. It'd probably be another restaurant, another dinner house. I'll have to check around and talk to some folks and see if they know the real story about that place originally, because that will give a little more insight. Especially if I can find somebody that worked for, I think it's a guy, in the original restaurant, and see what his pet peeves were, because if you can find that out and correct it, then maybe he won't be so mad. Because it makes me feel like he's mad. He's mad about something. There's something that he does not like. He may not like that food. He may be just thoroughly, completely against it. and that will be an endless problem. He will just stay there and haunt that joint. And I'm hoping it's some other pet peeve or something that aggravates him. So maybe I can solve that problem a little bit because it keeps reoccurring. So, but really funny. Super haunted restaurant. Maybe I can find out his favorite drink and put it in one corner of the bar during the shift and see if he comes. You know, it's got to be some kind of trick to settle that ghost. Have you ever dealt with ghosts? A friend of mine taught me, they said if you're open to them, then, you know, they'll try to, send a message to you of what's wrong. And then they'll settle. I was like, come on. And I'm like, are you sure? They're like, you'll never see a ghost straight ahead looking at it. I said, it's always out the corner of your eye. And that is true. I thoroughly believe that because it's happened to me when I owned my extremely haunted house. So I used to see the guy that had the house and then his wife. It was really funny. And I went and had a $3,000 MMPI because I thought I was losing my mind. And I passed, and it was like, oop. So then I was talking to a friend of mine. She's way out into ghosts, and she's kind of wild. My friend Big Terry. And I'm like, this sounds like a bunch of crap to me. Actually, she's like a serious expert on ghost stuff. And I was like, yeah, sure, a little kooky for me. But actually, it's all of it was quite true. I went and I called a preacher and an exorcist to come take care of the house, to try to settle these freaking ghosts down. And uh, they wouldn't leave. They weren't evil, thank God. They just wanted to reside there. So once we got everything sorted out and everybody accepted each other, then it was fine. Actually, the best security system I ever had when I was out of town. You should have heard the ghost stories when I was out of town. Ghosts walking through doors with shotguns and all kinds of wild stuff. And the robbers would run away. I like that kind of ghost. I can tell you several wild ghost stories about my own property. Well, yeah, it's so funny. I totally forgot about the ghost thing tonight when I went over there to work for a little bit after I got off my other job. Because they love me over there, man. All I got to do is walk in that kitchen, man. And the owner's like, yay! And everybody's cheering. It's like so sweet. I love all those people. They're so wonderful. It's always nice when you can get a job that, you really fit into. That people really love you. You love them. And it's a happy atmosphere. No drama, no bull crap. Everybody's working. We do have one girl there that kind of drags her butt, but they wanted to fire her and put me in her place really bad. They still do. And I can't do it because I committed to this other place. And they're both really good houses. That's a fact. They're both very, very good houses. And they're big money. So they're both fine dining. And I love them both. But, we'll see what happens. But the one owner, I got a friend of mine said, man, I'd take that deal so fast. I told a friend of mine, I said, she wants me there. Will let me work whatever shifts I want. I can work at both shifts, the day and the night. I'm guaranteed to work all year round. There's no slow time for that particular house, so they're busy all year round. And The other house I'm working normally gets kind of slow in the winter. Um, but with the pandemic and everything, it's kept all the businesses alive, for the last 2 years. So I don't know if we're going to have a slow winter this year. And we're slamming tourists right now, tons. They're all over the place. So now we got a big volleyball tournament where people come from all over the United States this week. Um, that will end on Sunday, so that means that a majority of those folks will leave Sunday, and the rest will probably leave Monday. Okay, so um, we'll see what happens next week. See where we're at because it'll be interesting. So it won't bother me if it gets slow and my hours get cut back at the main dinner house, the seafood place, because I can work the other place 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. They love me. So I'm not going to lose any money on the deal. But let's see what we got here. Wanted to see the comments. Hi from Atlanta, Georgia. Be safe out there. Well, thank you, Mary. You rock. Trying to see who else is on here. Who's this? Is that Wayne? Yeah, that's my buddy. What's up? So anyway, I thought I'd tell you that funny story. I totally forgot to tell you about that. Um, in because it's a freaking riot. Now wait a minute. I paid $3.19 for fuel this morning, and that place is $3.03. What is up with the fuel? Are they freaking fracking again, or whatever you call it? Because this doesn't make any sense. And like a week ago, the stuff was like 268. It was like about the way it's supposed to be. See, it's a good thing I didn't go on the road now. If I'd have gone on the road to go to work and fell for that, and then it starts jumping back up, it'd have been pitiful. I do miss working on the road, and that's my big bad money. Right now, I'm kind of stuck, though. I'm working these two places, plus my business, but it's really a good thing because I'll tell you what, I've had no sales on eBay in the last 14 days. Nothing. So it was right on the money. And everybody's talking about this is the busiest time. Well, if I haven't sold anything the last 14 days on eBay, I would say it's not the busiest time. So it's a darn good thing that I locked onto these jobs. And I went to so many places for work. I mean, I was hoofing it. In the morning and in the evening. And I was like, man, maybe I can't get nothing. But I scored, man. And I checked that card for my pay at Spirit Halloween. Checked it again today. Still $0, 0 cents. So I don't know, what kind of scam that was. So, because I think the last day I worked it was like the 7th, which was within the payroll period. So all my pay should be paid to me as per the DM, what she described for the cutoff point on the payroll. So I should be getting all that money whenever they get around to it. I still think it's going to be delayed all to hell because that manager above me was telling me it'd be like 3 weeks. So it'd be, a month before I got my first paycheck. I can't work for anybody like that. Sorry. But anyway, so I just thought I'd tell you guys that story real quick. I gotta get down on the boulevard here. Go 99 night. But thanks for hanging out with me, and I love you guys. Do some kind for a stranger. Uh, and love everybody. And too much of a good thing is wonderful. And I will see you in the next one. I love you.